We are no strangers to this situation on my show. Couples post their relationships on TikTok. And every time they post about their relationships, they open themselves up to the opinions of strangers. And my guest Rachel and her boyfriend Alex made a TikTok about how to keep your woman happy and quickly caught the attention of her job and their families. Why? Because Rachel is 48 and Alex is 25 years old. No shade, listen. It ain't just Stella, it's also Rachel getting her groove back, all right? Join me now is Rachel, everyone. Yes! Yes, Rachel! Give me a hug. Good job. Come on. Y'all stop playing. Y'all didn't know that 48 meant 25, did y'all? How are you doing?
I'm doing great,
First of all,
thank
you see my reaction, the audience reaction. You have not only such a beautiful inner light, but you have such a beautiful outward, too.
Thank you.
Work.
Thank you.
All right, so tell me quickly, how did you meet your boyfriend, Alex?
Well, it's quite a story. I'm from Texas, and I had just gotten out of a very long marriage, and I just wanted to have some fun.
Yes.
I'm very energetic, I'm very active. It's kind of my personality. And so one of my friends convinced me to get on one of these dating apps that all the, kids are on these days. And so I thought, okay, sure, why not? I had no idea what I was doing. So I got on, and apparently my age range was like all ranges, which I didn't really know how to work it. Does that sound terrible? So Alex had actually DM'd me, or sent me a message, and I had waited, because I could tell, I didn't see his age, but I could tell he was young. So I said, he looks kind of young, and I'm always young at heart, always have been, and I didn't have anything against dating a younger guy, but he looked really young. So I was like, but it couldn't hurt. I'll text him. So I messaged him, and he almost immediately messaged back, and we started talking, and it was so easy. We immediately had this banter. And so we had great conversation, and the next day we continued speaking, and about the third day is when the age thing came up.
Because he was 23 at the time.
Yes.
And so were you hesitant when you found out that he was 23?
Yeah, yeah. I said, I'm 46. And he said, yes, I know. And I said, well, how old are you? And he was like, how old do you think I am, and all that stuff. And finally he was like, I'm 23, and I was like, oh, no. That is way too young. But we just kept talking because it was so easy.
Yes.
And within a week, I think, he called me, and instantly when I heard his voice, I was like, oh.
So when you met him in person, what was it like for you?
Oh my gosh. There was an instant, physical attraction.
Of course.
Obviously, he is very hot. And,
as are you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes.
I try. No, but it was like sparks.
Yeah.
It was like nothing I've ever had, and he will tell you the same.
You were in a relationship that was pretty bad for years.
Yeah.
How long were you together with your ex?
26 years.
26 years. And did it turn into a place where it was not healthy? In what ways for you?
Yes, for me, I was just very, very unhappy. I'm really bad at not speaking up for myself. And I just got into a place where I was in deep depression and just sad. And, I knew I had to do something about it.
Sometimes it's easy just to judge the age and judge these things on the outside. But you were coming from a space where you were in a bad relationship, where there was not the communication, where you didn't feel sexy, where you didn't get supported.
Exactly.
And so for you, you now found something where you could have a little fun with.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So what happened the first time you all posted your first TikTok?
Well, I was a high school teacher, and Alex had never had or done TikTok or anything like that. But I had before. So
I love that you're convincing the 24-year-old you're on TikTok.
So we posted this, there was some sexual innuendo on there. Didn't think a thing about it. We were in the gym, and I remember my students were texting me, and they were like, your TikTok is blowing up. And I was like, my TikTok? They've seen me. And so I ran over, and I was like, check the TikTok. And he looked on it, and it was like 300-something thousand views already, and it was climbing, it was going like this fast.
Yeah.
And 200 and something comments from my school students. And I was like, take it Take it down, take it down.
Because the first TikTok did cause issues with you at work.
Yes.
Because my producers told me is that you had to prove that he
That
wasn't
he was not
working on your
a high school student.
Wow.
Yes.
But this could have been really detrimental to your career. And I bring
my
that
God,
up
yeah.
because people forget, like, the ramifications of if they would have thought that this is, you know, your student. You
They
could
did.
have immediately been fired, and that could ruin your reputation to go to even another school.
Exactly, yeah.
So I also heard that people confuse you for his mother. And,
That definitely has happened. They've been like, oh, mother and son, I can tell. And we were like, yeah, no. Or things like that. It has happened.
So why are you here today?
All couples have their issues that they go through. Ours are a little different than most sometimes because of our age gap. We want to, you know, debunk this double standard that there is, you know?
So what do your family say about you two being together?
My family have been very accepting.
Do you have children from your past relationship?
I do. I have two children that are not much younger. They're not much younger than Alex is, and so
How
at
old are
the
your
beginning,
kids, if you don't mind me
no,
asking?
at 19 and 22.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're close to his age.
They're
'cause-
close,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And what does his family say to you? Okay.
Yeah. That is a different story. They won't even say my name. They say
Really?
that woman that you're with, or that your older woman, or that old lady, or something like that that you live with.
And y'all have been together for 2 years now.
Yeah.
So is there trust issues?
That's the second issue that we've had. Yeah, I started questioning. I started figuring out that, and I did accidentally find out because he was on something, talking to someone when I walked in the room, and I made him stop and show me. And that's when I started to see.
Have you brought him here today for me to unlock his phone?
That's part of it, yes.
Okay.
I see that he's sincere. I know that he knows that it's not okay, and he's tried to change. And I try to trust him, but every time that I do, something happens, and I'm like, here, you know,
Here we
I
go
can
again.
only go so far. Like, my heart is on the line, and I need to know that he's really changing, and he's really becoming the man that, you know, he wants to be and that I want him to be.
Well, please, everyone, help me welcome Alex to my show. How you doing, man?
Nice to meet you, man.
Take a seat. How's it going?
Going well. How are you?
Good, I'm good, thank you. So, you two have been dating now for 2 years.
Yes.
Did you know that Rachel was older when you met her?
Yes, I did. But as you can tell, she looks significantly younger than her
Beautiful,
age. So,
yes.
But yes, she's obviously very beautiful, and we connected. We had good chemistry, and I was at a place in my life where I was just open to experiencing something different and trying it out, seeing what happened.
You're young, so this is your first serious relationship.
Yes, it is. You know, I had like,
Yes,
I guess you can
definitely.
call them relationships when I was in high school, early college, but they were definitely much more on the casual side of things. So this is my first time in a committed relationship, for sure.
Got it.
I built a lot of bad habits, you know, like I wanted attention from women to like validate myself. And
Not
I
from
wanted,
just one.
You told my producers that you were a micro cheater. What does
Yes.
that mean?
So
Micro
it's
cheater.
it's a new, so essentially.
Oh, you've heard this before.
Oh yeah. Well, since all of this has happened, I've
Yeah.
done my research.
Okay.
So essentially, just disclaimer, in Rachel and I's relationship, there's never been any type of physical cheating. However, there were times where, you know, I overstepped my boundary. I flirted with other girls on dating apps or on Snapchat, you know, especially early on in a relationship. And a lot of it, you know, was an insecurity thing. I wanted that attention and validation. And even though I did love Rachel, I just made mistakes, and, you know, I feel really guilty about it, and it was wrong.
Have
And-
you stopped micro cheating?
Yes, I have. So I have taken a lot of steps to stop micro-cheating. The
Which have
biggest,
been a
the
lot of
big-
steps.
So the biggest things I've done lately is I have deleted my Instagram account and I've deleted my Facebook account. But I understand because that's a boundary that she has, and she's made it very clear to me that those are her boundaries, and I want to respect them.
Yeah.
And that is why the main reason why I've taken that, you know, which I think is a drastic step,
Well,
Yeah,
and I
deleting
think,
my
so.
Facebook
I think
and
those
Instagram.
things wouldn't have been such a big deal for me because I didn't have trust issues. But now, you know, anything that I see, I'm like, the pattern, or, you know, oh, here we go again, or so I think that's why those things, you know, I'm telling you, when someone is dishonest with you and betrays your heart like that, it does something to you.
Is there anything that you feel like we're going to find that could be damaging to this relationship, that could be damaging to you? Anything at all?
No, I do not think so.
Okay, then. And the micro-cheating, you said, ended a long time ago, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm just getting context. Well, Alex, we unlocked your phone. Okay, so you added 2 different women on Snapchat last week.
Yes. So, Rachel and I, something we're doing right now is we're starting a Snapchat spotlight page. Those 2 girls must have been some of the people that friend requested us for our videos, and I had accepted them and just added them onto our account.
Sounds innocent enough. As of February 2022, you still had Hinge downloaded on your phone.
She's aware of that.
Were you aware of that?
So Rachel and I had a little bit of a break during that period, and that's when I had downloaded Hinge, and that's where I...
Yeah,
so I don't think we touched on that. We had a little bit of a
We
break,
broke up for a little
and
bit.
that is when I downloaded that app, and then we rekindled shortly thereafter.
Rachel, what do you think of this?
It's surprising to me, but he's been, like, I look at his
I've
phone
showed him
all
these
the time.
type of women that reach out to
We're
me
very
and what it's
open.
like.
I feel like he's taken a lot of steps, and I have seen those girls that send him those, whatever it is, and he doesn't, he's like, yeah, and he'll delete them because random people, because that's kind of the business that we're in. We're trying to do stuff on social media, so they do reach out to him and send him weird things, and that's not his fault. So I feel like he's been pretty open with me, as of late especially. I don't know.
Alex, could you do me a big, big favor?
Yes.
Could you step away so I can talk to your beautiful girlfriend?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm not in your relationship day in and day out, but when I see a strong, beautiful woman like you in front of me, it starts to break my heart immediately. You're accepting bad behaviors as normal and making excuses for his behaviors.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Do you know that? Can you see that?
Oh, I know that they're bad behaviors, yeah. I know they are. I know that they're hurtful.
And listen, I'm not here to tell you to break up or to leave this man or do
Yeah.
any of that. I can't do it. You're a grown woman, you're strong, you're beautiful, but you're not out here looking at other men. You're not out here doing DMs. You're not out here making him have to question who you're talking to.
Yeah.
You're not doing any of these things.
No. But and nobody's perfect. There's not going to be any
Don't make
relationship
any more
that's perfect.
excuses. Don't
Everybody,
do that.
you're going to struggle with anything. It's just you have to choose what it is that
let me
you're
tell you something.
what's worth it
No,
and what's
let me tell you
not.
something, sister, and I promise you this, and I'm saying this with all, listen, when you see me lean in like this, girlfriend, it's because I feel like you're one of my girlfriends and I can just talk to you. But God, honestly, we get to these things where we start saying to ourselves, oh, well, like, you just gotta choose what you're gonna put up with. It's gonna be okay. Well, like, you gotta take this bad because you gotta take this good. That is a lie. You don't have to accept bad because you feel like that's all that is going to be out there. So can you at least make the commitment to stop making excuses for him? Can you
Yes,
make that commitment?
I can.
Sister, give me a hug.
Aw.
Hold on, where are you going? I'll tell you where you're going. Right here to subscribe and right here to watch more. Period.